Namaste. Namaste. Oh, almost forgot, guys. Hi, namaste. Oh, I'm sorry, I look a wreck, but I'm clean. It's just that I slept late today, so don't think my medicine's gonna work. So I figured let me just do a quick video. Let's see if I could screw this up. I'm trying to give you my artwork in intervals. So I don't know if it's gonna work, it's not gonna work, we'll see. Okay, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at? Hopefully you can hear me. Do you read me? Namaste, everybody. Hopefully everybody is, well, it's 1:21. I gotta get up soon, but that's okay, because I slept really late today. Probably till 12 o'clock, I think, or 12:30. So, I have my chamomile tea, 3 tea bags. Yeah, excessive. What are we looking at? We are looking at a mid-sized piece. I think it's 10 by 10. I went through a phase where I wanted to do bigger than 9 by 10, and I was loving the 10 by 10. And this is Metallica. You might say, isn't that a band that has like hard rock music? Well, yeah, it does, but this guy, for so long, and this is a divine masculine, he is a Pegasus. See his wings? I don't know if you see his wings. The lighting is not great. Hold up. I don't know if I fixed that right or I fixed it wrong. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me just pull this close, because it's not a dark piece. It's a very gray and silver crown chakra, for your crown chakra. Everything to do with your head, everything to do with your spiritual awakening. Oh, that's a nice close-up. Okay, and there's just one other thing I want to get before, because I always like to, I don't know if I'm doing the correct thing or not, but I always like to say what it's for and maybe an affirmation. I know I should have all of this all set up for you, but you know, it's for free, so sometimes I do my best work just off the cuff. Even though it seems like it's off the cuff, it is planned out in my Virgo head. But, okay. I do things late. That's okay, because I'm a night owl. Yeah. I have to get the stand. Hold on a second, guys. Hope you could see it. I'm always trying not to spend too much time on everything, but I will tell you the story behind it. But let me just tell you, anything that's iridescent, indigo, gold, silver, or white, is for your crown chakra, your spiritual awakening, or just if you have headaches. Sorry about that small little burp. And I am prepared because I have my new glasses. See? Bought them in, where did I buy them? Walmart? Devin said not to go 250, but in 2015, I was diagnosed in a very, very ritzy place in Staten Island, New York. I had my eyeballs checked out very thoroughly, and I was supposed to be wearing glasses that are 2.50. That was back in 2015, okay? That's probably why I'm a blind bat. Okay. So boys and girls and boys and zebras, the 7th chakra is called the Crown Chakra. It is, they say violet, but I also told you it's iridescent, white, gold, silver. And I'm going to show you another gold piece after this one. So that has to do with the Crown Chakra as well. So the top of the head, pineal gland, the skull, and the brain. All right. A lot of people get migraines out there. A lot of people have headaches. And if you don't want to just take medicine for it, I mean, if you have to take medicine, you take medicine. But sometimes I even take a strong muscle relaxant that's supposed to help me, and it doesn't help me. Okay. So, try this instead. Looking at something that is silver, something that is white, something that is gold, okay? Something that is violet, all right? It's for grace, beauty, serenity, oneness with all our divinity, selfless realization, understanding, and enlightenment. And what I like about Metallica, I don't know, I must be going through a masculine thing, but because the angels are neither really masculine or feminine, it's just that for humans to understand what it means, they give us that. They give us, they assign a masculine or feminine thing to them. Okay, so white, gold, silver, glitter. When you have a headache, the probable cause is invalidating the self-criticism, fear. And the affirmation for that is, I love and approve of myself. I see myself. And what I do with eyes of love, I am safe. I love and approve of myself. I see myself. And what I do with eyes of love, I am safe. I love and approve of myself. That's a very big thing. Okay? I didn't really start loving and approving of myself until I probably got into my 50s. Okay? Where I totally started to realize that I have to love myself before I can love anybody else. And that's not just a cliche little fast thing. It's something that you have to learn. I love and approve of myself. I see myself and what I do with eyes of love. I am safe. I am safe. And if you have migraines, they're different from headaches. Oh boy, are they different. That's where you have to get to a dark room. You have to lay down, otherwise you might throw up. That's when lights and very light sounds bother you. You might see flashing lights. It feels like somebody's hitting you in the head or squeezing your head. It's going to pop. Okay, and the probable cause is dislike of being driven, resisting the flow of life. Sexual fears can usually be relieved by, I'm not going to say that word because I don't want to get censored. Yeah, the YouTube police is out. Okay. And what you're supposed to say is, I relax into the flow of life and let life provide all that I need easily and comfortably. Life is for me. I relax into the flow of life and let life provide all that I need easily and comfortably. Life is for me. I relax into the flow of life, meaning don't try to control it, right? Dislike of being driven, meaning that you have to let go of being in control sometimes, guys. Relax into the flow of life and let life provide all that I need easily and comfortably. Life is for me. Okay. Also, clear crystals, like I have right here. I think I got that from White Dove a while back. Clear quartz, amethyst, crown, selenite is really awesome. This is selenite. The candle holder. Boy. The candle holder I was trying to show you that DC gave me, which I love. Spiritual depression, chronic fatigue. If you have these problems, this is how you know your crown chakra needs a little help. If you feel like you have a spiritual depression, you're not interested in anything, your crown chakra is closed. Chronic fatigue, your crown chakra is closed. Migraines or headaches. No communication with spirit. You need to talk to spirit more. You need to try to feel spirit. Now, a lot of people will tell me, Katrina, how do you do that? How do you talk to God? How do you talk to, when I call him JC, how do you talk to Jesus? How do you talk to spirit guides? How do you talk to other people's family members? And I'm not going to say that everybody could talk to people's family members and people in heaven or the children that have been killed. They talk to me. I'm not going to say everybody could do that, but everybody could try to talk to God and actually hear God answer. And your spirit guides, they're always there for you. Okay? Even if you don't know who you're like, I don't know who they are, you still have them. They're still there for you. Your guardian angels are still there for you. Okay? So, the more you talk to them, if your crown chakra is being disrupted, it means please pray to God more. Please ask Jesus to help you. Please ask Mother Mary, whoever you resonate with, okay, for help. And slowly but surely, you'll see a little sign. Remember the feather I saw yesterday? You will see signs. But you have to be open and receptive, and you have to pray more. And meditate more, but especially pray. Just put the prayer out. Just put that prayer out. Please, dear God, help me with this. Please, dear God, I need help with my bills. Help me find a way. Please, dear God, I need to find my soulmate. I need to find a significant other that wants to be my best friend. Please, dear God, help me to find the right career for me. Please, dear God, help me to get my kids back. Please, dear God, help me with my addiction problems, or help my spouse with their addiction problems. Help me with my health. Help my friend with their health. Okay? You'll start to see there are answers that will come to you. Okay? It's not going to be in paragraph form. It's not going to be in a thesis, soliloquy, but it'll be in little different signs that usually have to do with nature and butterflies and flowers and songs on the radio and people you haven't heard from. All of a sudden you'll hear from them again and you'll just feel like somebody gets you. That's all from God. That's all from spirit. Okay, so when your crown chakra is too open, then you're too solitary. You're just like in love with being by yourself. Okay? Also known as a hermit. You love too solitary of a life. You want to be alone too much. antsy, bored with everyday life, can't relax. You can't read something because you just can't relax. Food is spiritual nourishment, and if you're feeling like you're just like not interested in even eating, understand that spiritual nourishment, especially fruits and vegetables. Oils, jasmine, rose, and lavender are very good to stimulate the crown chakra. Frankincense, sandalwood, and myrrh are very good for the crown chakra. Okay, so let me just put this up and just get like one affirmation. Okay. Sorry. I didn't want to do it this way, but I did it this way, okay? No, that's the same thing that I just read you. I was just looking for friggin' sorry about saying friggin', but you know, when you're trying to look for something, you can't find it. Anyway, okay, so that means it's not meant to be for me to find it. So, in imbalanced crown chakra, you're going to get loneliness, depression, anxiety. Check, please. Check, please. Not the depression, but I have anxiety, confusion, and apathy. And so the affirmation you're supposed to say is, I am at peace. To know and understand, release attachment. Yeah. So say, I see, I am calm. I release attachment. I see, I am calm. I can solve my problems. With God, all things are possible. I feel spirit. Yeah, even if you don't feel spirit and you want to feel spirit, start talking to spirit more so you can feel spirit. Okay, hold up. I'm going to get the next one. This is a big boy. That is a big boy. Okay, guys, this is a big guy. This is a big boy. I called him the golden one. Again. Sorry about the burp. The burp was an explosion. Okay, so again, sorry guys, I almost set myself on fire over there. Small accident. So the golden one, I don't think you could see his goldenness, but yeah, the golden one is similar to amethyst, that was mailed to my good friend Crystal Medicine. Hopefully she gets it soon. But the golden one is also for your crown chakra, and he's also masculine. So I told you, sometimes I go through a feminine phase with my mermaids, and then sometimes I go through masculine with my mermen, or right now, the golden one. The golden one is the chosen one. You see his wings? Everything about this canvas is gold. And I started using this new material. You might say, well, it looks messy. It's all over the place. Well, I wanted it that way. I used to have a lot more on it, but I scraped some off. Then I stopped scraping it off because I said, don't ruin it. Don't take away from the golden one. Okay. I probably didn't tell you, but Metallica, I didn't tell you his story. Okay, let me just tell you, if you buy whatever canvas you buy, a new thing that I added is I add the actual story that I get. So with Metallica, he's it's Metallic of Hope. Metallica of Hope. Okay, it's not just Metallica the band, which I don't like. But he's of hope, and he went through a war, he went through a very hard time, but he keeps on pushing through. He's still in the midst of it, and he lost family members, and he lost people he loved, and he couldn't do anything about it, but he kept on going because God told him, keep going and I'll bring you home. I'll show you the way. Okay, now with the golden one, it's a little bit different. The golden one is from an era that is like when everybody has things, right? And these people, okay, I'm just going to tell you what I hear and what comes in my mind when I was painting this canvas and collaging this picture. This picture actually came from a calendar, I think from my friend Tammy, okay, a year ago, I think. Anyhow, and what I loved about it is the golden energy. There's even fire at the feet. See the fire? So like it might resonate more with the fire signs like Leo, Sag, and Aries, but it doesn't, it can be for anybody. And what I loved about this energy is everybody was rich. Like, remember during like, I'm seeing like the Great Gatsby time, which I'm like obsessed with Great Gatsby time frame. And like some people were really, really rich, but then other people lost a lot of money in the stock market and jumped to their death. And a lot of people have ended up very poor. I'm just trying to show you like the top of it, but the candles are burning me, so hold up. Hold up. That candle's wild. Yeah, so in the Roaring 20s, when so many people were dying and they were poor and they couldn't pay their bills and they lost all their money in the stock market, I'm pretty sure it was the Roaring 20s, but I'm not 100% sure of exact dates because I suck at that. Okay. It was when alcohol was forbidden, was illegal. So they opened up a lot of speakeasies. And what happened was there was people who were rich and they still weren't happy. There was still things that they were doing. They weren't happy, but they were rich and they were like, oh, to be rich is great. That's the greatest thing. But there was so many people that weren't happy because they were in a relationship that they didn't love. They weren't doing the work that they wanted to do. Some people were just dealing with money, making more money, and it wasn't by good means. It was like stealing from the poor. And so they felt guilty. So this golden one was the chosen one that God said, you go help this person. They're really, really poor. They lost everything. And then he would have to go help the other one. They're really, really rich, but they need help too. They need spiritual help. They need to know about God and sharing and using their money for good. And getting out of a bad situation. See, that's one thing that the poor and the rich have in common. They all think, because of money, I can't get out of a situation. Because the people who are rich think, well, I make too much money and too many people would be mad at me and try to hurt me if I just said, forget this and I'm leaving. And some people, and the poor, would say, I don't have any money to get out of my situation. So maybe they opted to kill themselves, which that's not a good option. That's not an option that God would want you to choose. So the golden one would be like sort of a spirit guide that would go around. People couldn't see them. People couldn't see the golden one. Okay, because it's like what I'm talking about is the energy of an angel, the energy of your spirit guides, the energy of God. But you have to reach out. That's the only thing. God can hear your prayers and send an angel to help you, either in the spiritual world or the physical world. Sometimes he manifests an angel that's actually a person or looks like a person. And then all of a sudden that person helped you. Maybe they helped you on the road to fix a flat tire, or they sat in McDonald's and talked to you. And then all of a sudden you never saw them again, but you remember the conversation you had with them. Okay? That happened to me when my father died. In 1991, I had my son in 1993, and I was always sitting like in Wendy's or McDonald's with my kids, right? Or maybe even just with my son when my daughter was at school, because she was a little bit older. She was like in kindergarten or first grade when he was born. So I always, for some reason, I really missed my father when I had my son, because I was like, oh, now not only will my mother not meet my kids, but now my father won't ever know his grandson that I gave birth to. So then all of a sudden there was this guy, and he was sitting having his coffee and his food, and he said something to me about the baby. Something like, oh, he's so cute, or something about he's going to be a real bruiser or something that my father would have said. And then I got to talking to him, and all of a sudden, I said, he said, what's his name? And I said, oh, his name is Thomas. And he was like, oh, Thomas, that's an interesting name. And I was like, oh, well, it was both his grandfather's names. It's my husband's name at the time, and it's my brother's name. And I said I wasn't going to name him that. I was going to name him something else. But when he came out, he looked like my father. And he goes, oh, yeah, that was probably your father trying to say hello. And then I looked at him. I thought that was like a kind of a spiritual thing, because that's exactly what I thought. By the way, this little puffy stuff is 14 karat gold paper that was dipped in 14 karat gold. Anyhow, so long story short, long story longer, he said to me, the only Tom I knew, he liked to drink too much. And I think he actually even said he liked to bend his elbow too much. And that was an expression, old-fashioned expression, that my mother used. Oh, if you're looking for your father, you'll find him at the bar bending his elbow. And that's what I grew up with, her saying that. And I didn't really understand it at first because I was a little kid. So anyhow, this man says that, and I was like, that's weird that he said that. Then, but Spirit will give you little phrases that you recognize from somebody that's in heaven. And then he said to me, yeah, the only guy that I knew, his name was Tom, and he loved to play the horses. He spent so much money playing the horses, and he was always taking out pictures of his 6 kids. Okay, what he was describing was my father. And my father played the horses, went to the bar, but he would always take out 6 pictures of his 6 children because he really loved us. But he was, had an addiction problem to alcohol and apparently gambling. And this man had said it. And I was like, I'm from a family of 6 kids. And he was like, well, what's your last name? Because the only Tom I knew was Tom Brady. And I was like, oh my God, that's my father. And he goes, oh really? How's he doing? I go, he's not alive. He's, he passed away 2 years ago. he never met this grandson. He met his other grandsons and my one daughter. And he was like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. I wonder if it was the same guy. And I was like, I think it had to be the same guy. Then all of a sudden I went up to get like another drink or something. And I think I went to get him another cup of coffee. When I came back, he was gone. And it was so weird. And I finally realized, I think I went home, I told my ex-husband what happened. And he was like, oh, you were probably just talking to some drunk guy that just was making that story up. Because that's exactly what he would say. And I said, no, he said Tom Brady first. Before I got a chance to say my last name is Brady, he said the only guy I know used to play the horses, and he liked to drink too much, but he would always pull out his 6 children. He had 6 pictures of all of them, and he would lay it on the bar. And that's what my father would do. Anyhow, why am I telling you this story? Because God will send you somebody to the earth, or put somebody that lives across town in that same restaurant that you go to, or that same coffee spot, if you're indeed sad about somebody that went to heaven, or you're sad about something else in your life. And he does this to give you hope. And the golden chosen one, the golden one, the chosen one, will always be there to help you. And you could touch it. Most likely this stuff won't fall off because I sprayed it several times. So it's kind of glued there. And it's magnificent in that it's big, it's tall. It's pretty tall. I think it's 20 by 7. I can get you the measurements. But it's one of my bigger pieces. Anyhow, let me switch pieces.
You get a medium fries and a medium soft drink for free when you buy a McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich in the app, and it'll even arrive encased in a bucket bun and wrapped in silver. Like a crispy, juicy, tender present.